Hi, thank you so much for joining me for my pantry reorganization. This is what I consider a cabinet pantry. It's made out of the same material as the cabinets in the kitchen, and it's a very good pantry for small spaces, and I have not had one before, so I was looking forward to it. However, when we moved in, as you'll see my arm demonstrate, I noticed that the pantry's not as deep as it's supposed to be built. And that is because there is a post right behind the wall, and the pantry can't go in quite as deep as I thought it was going to be. I didn't open up the doors when we were looking at it. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but it is still a really good storage space. As you can see, we're not utilizing it to the best of our abilities. This is a jar of candy I reused from an old dried fruit jar. This is my husband's candy shelf, which is the topmost one. He's got some candy in here too. We're gonna try to combine that into a bin and put it in the pantry. This is my snack shelf. This is his second snack shelf. How dare you two? And then there are beans and cans, and then coffee and extra overflow food at the very bottom. So this plate riser or shelf riser I've got in my hand, I'm pretty sure it came from the Container Store back when I was in grad school, which was 2005. So I looked for a duplicate just like it. I looked for it essentially online, and I couldn't find it. And so it fits the pantry perfectly. So I might decide to find some that are similar. I still need to use that for my plates. And this is another set of containers from the Container Store. These are pretty cheap. They're, I want to say, $3.99 for that size, and then $5.99 for the big size back when I bought them a year ago. I was using them to organize my dresser drawers, but they're not working out that great for that, so I'm going to use them for the food instead. So I'm just, I don't know, sorting out the little packages and straightening them up in this bin. I'm sure you've all seen this on YouTube already. It's a very popular trend, and I always wonder what happens whenever you eat half the bags in the bin. Like, they're gonna fall all over the place and not look cute and not be straight and not be organized. But I'm here to say that that's okay. It's okay if they fall over. You don't have to go to the store if you're halfway finished with something and refill it. You can go to the store when you're completely empty and refill it. You can decide not to buy something again and not refill it. It doesn't matter what it looks like in the pantry. I will admit I do not go to the grocery store as much as a lot of people do. I honestly love going grocery shopping, so the fact that I don't go very much is probably just to keep my spending under control. We go once every 2 weeks unless I've done like a pantry clean out, and then that's more like once every 3 weeks. My husband goes whenever he runs out of fresh produce because he's always eating fresh produce, but I'm typically eating frozen produce, so I don't need to go as often. There's still a few bags left in this box, and I've already filled up this bin, so I'm going to try to put them in a second bin. And hopefully my husband doesn't think it's weird or that I'm being extra, because he might say something like that. But I think he'll be okay with it. Is the topmost shelf of our pantry, the one Scott uses for his snacks, and that's because I can't reach it unless I get on our big stool. And I am only 5 feet tall, and he is a normal sized person. So I'm cleaning out this. I don't know why he just leaves everything loose like this. It's his thing. But let's see if he doesn't mind if I put it into another container. So I'm also going to combine his pretzels. He must have gone to the store shortly before I filmed this, and he had a mostly empty bag of pretzels and then a full bag. And we don't really pay attention to expiration dates in our house because we eat stuff so often that it doesn't really ever expire. My other little controversial thing is that expiration dates are a scam, and I eat stuff as long as there's no signs of decay. So smells good, tastes good, looks good, I eat it. So here's his finished bin of candy. This little Kool-Aid cup usually holds our garlic, but we're out of garlic. I used to use just a regular glass, but then I dropped it, so now I have to change it, and it's kind of sucky that it's not something translucent that I could just automatically see if there's garlic in it, so that might get replaced. That shelf I'm working on is typically used for foods that we're making for meals. I use dry milk instead of regular milk now because the regular milk kept going bad before I used it to cook. This is my shelf with all my snacks. I've got cookies that I always make by hand, tortilla chips, and then some other snacky things, savory snacky things. I go through a batch of cookies in like a week. How long does it take you to finish your cookies? I wish I could make tortilla chips. If I could make tortilla chips and cookies by hand at home and it would taste good, both of them, then that would be the ultimate. So I'm going to try to combine Scott's rice cakes into one package. He's only got 2 left in the other one, and he never seems to combine his packages the way I do when we go shopping. It was difficult doing this with one hand.
I thought that I was the one you wanted, that's what you said. I thought that we were two of a kind, fortune ahead. And now we sit in silence, looking eye to eye. We feel our body science, and we can't deny that something's sparking, electric current drawing us near. The air is charged.
So now I'm going to try to put the extra Mott's snacks in the pantry instead of this box he had in the other cabinet. And they are falling out of this wire bin that I've had for ages. I like this bin, but I can't think of anything good to use it for anymore. I'm pretty sure I used to use it inside the fridge, and now there seems to be no need for that. So if you can come up with a good idea for this bin, please let me know. I've got 3 of them, different sizes, and I'm using all of them in the pantry.
Find the love we seek, and though we have our heartaches, we will find our way after night comes daybreak.
So there appears to be one loose fruit snack in the box, and nobody ever accused me of wasting food. Oh god, that was gross. It was really hard and not tasty and took forever to chew. Don't do that. Compost it. Alright, so instead of that wire bin, I'm going to put all the Mott's in this other plastic one. And I like that much better. So we'll put that on the shelf with the others. That shelf is our beans and cans. I'm trying to see if this wire bid will fit in the pantry with all the stuff that's here. And it comes out about half an inch because of that wooden, I don't know what it is, lip at the back of it. It fits on the upper shelves, but the bottom shelf has this wooden lip that I assume is for stability. So I'm going to switch out where those bins are. We'll just test and see if the door closes enough. And then we'll use that for the dry beans instead. So we'll use this smaller bin and only those pretzels fit. So I'm going to see if the extra trail mix fits in this Rubbermaid container that we've had in the cabinet. The Rubbermaid container has a capacity of probably about 20 cups. It's 18 cups right at that line under the label. And I did the math on these bags. We've got two, and they're 9.5 cups per bag. So it's just a little bit too much to fit with the extra trail mix that's already in there. So I'm just gonna decant that stuff later when we have less trail mix in that container. So that means all this stuff goes back, and there is no improvement on the bottom shelf. I still have these leftover containers that I'll hang on to because we are not living here forever. I have moved so much and gotten rid of so many containers that I'm done with decluttering at this point. I have to hang on to stuff until I own again. So that's my snack shelf. I turned the boxes on their sides to fit the tortilla chips. This is the cooking shelf, which has very little on it. Scott's candy shelf. And I will have to add that when Scott came home, he said, "Oh my goodness," and really loved the improvements on the pantry. Thank you so much for joining me on this. I hope you are inspired to reorganize your pantry for very little money. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.